Welcome. I'm Jennifer Bourne, and I'm so glad that you're here. Today, I want to talk about audio and video equipment for recording webinars, podcasting, and video training. Video is one of the things that I got started with late. I'm a late adopter of video. And one of the things that I really needed to figure out was my gear and my equipment. I've had so many people email me or reach out through social media asking what I changed to go from the pretty terrible quality videos that I started with to the videos that I'm creating now. So I wanted to run you through the audio and video equipment and gear and things that I have purchased over the last several months to get all of this dialed in. And I'm still learning and I'm still buying and I'm still getting things configured, but this will give you a good idea of where to start. So when I launched this website in late 2017, I did so with the commitment to add video. I was going to add a video with every blog post. I pretty much avoided video at all costs until this point, except for podcast interviews or guest webinars or trainings I did for other brands. Because to be totally honest, I really just don't like the way that I look on video. I think it's true for everybody. You're super self-conscious about the weird faces that you make and all kinds of other things. So I had really avoided it. But I'm not one to let fear get in the way. So I was determined to conquer my fear of video, and I launched jenniferbourne.com with video for my blog posts, and the first videos were crap. They were so bad. They had bad sound, bad lighting, but I took action and I got it done, and that was what mattered the most. So while I am going to reshoot a couple of those initial videos, like the video on my homepage, which I haven't reshot yet, and is pretty, the quality was pretty terrible. I'm going to leave the blog posts, the first few blog posts that I did alone. I'm not going to reshoot those videos so you can see the difference in quality just changing up some equipment makes. And maybe I'll inspire you to get started if you are kind of wavering or a little bit nervous about that too. You can check out the Art of Client Captivation. That blog post is by far one of the worst videos that I produced. The content in the video is great, but the coloring is yellow and it's blurry and it's funky and the sound is bad. It got a little better with the blog post delivering a minimum viable product without minimum value. That blog post had better lighting because I did it at a different time of day. But you can also check out any of my recent posts or the 25 tips to get more qualified design clients. And that has a much, much better quality video with great sound, great lighting. And then up next, I'm going to tackle this background because I love my blue wall, but it doesn't look great in my videos. Now, video's been a really big learning experience, and I've made a lot of improvements, but I had to get started somewhere. So I first bought the Audio-Technica AT2020, and it was a great microphone. It's a really good quality microphone, recommended by a lot of people. But I swear that mic picked up every sound in my entire house. If there was a bug crawling somewhere, it probably would have picked up that sound. And my office had an echo in it, so it was a constant battle. Now, over the past few months, like I said, I've invested in new equipment. With the creation of my online course, Profitable Project Plan, which trains designers and developers how to better manage clients and set up systems and processes in their business, I do a lot more video with training courses, webinars, and special promotions. Now, I knew I needed to upgrade my equipment. I have, again, no idea what I was doing, and so I turned to some of my friends. I asked Sean Hesketh of WP101, who does video for a living. He makes all of his living off selling video, so he knows a ton about that, and also my friend Chris Lemma, who knows a lot about doing video as well. So I scoured the internet, read a billion blog posts. Brian did the same thing, my business partner and husband, scoured the internet, read all the reviews, compared all the products, and then we got recommendations from our friends as well as to what they use and what they recommend. And we started building our home podcast studio. I needed a lot of stuff. Like I said, I'm still buying things, but the biggest thing is that I learned is that a good microphone and a webcam isn't enough to have great video. I got started with, I needed desktop acoustic panels and lighting, and I needed things to clean up my audio. There was all kinds of things. Now, because so many people reached out and asked about that quality, I'm putting together this list. So you can take a look at everything that I'm using, everything that I purchased, even the tiny details that I found most lists don't include. And then you end up getting your equipment and you want to put it together and you're missing cables or you're missing pieces. So before I get into that, I want to remind you of like two quick things, right? From cables to screws to preamps, every single thing I ordered, I was able to order on Amazon. So all the links that I provide link right to Amazon, and you can order everything there and have it shipped right to your house. It was super easy, and I didn't have to track purchases down on all kinds of different websites. And the great thing is most of the brands have direct purchase options on Amazon. So I can buy direct from the brand, but through Amazon. And the second thing I want to tell you is if you've seen photos of these like big fancy podcast studios, or where people cover the walls and the acoustic panels and they get all crazy, and you're thinking, I work out of my house. I can't do that to my home office. Don't worry, I can't either. I work from my home as well. I'm in the downstairs spare bedroom. That's my office. People that come in and out of the house are guests. They see this office. I'm not covering the walls and acoustic panels. That's crazy. So everything that I've purchased and set up works in a normal home office, and it can be picked up. It can be picked up, packed up, and put away in the closet when I'm not filming, and easily gotten out and set up in a very short amount of time when I want to record video. If it was hard and difficult, I would never record the video. So everything needed to be able to easy to set up and easy to break down. So keep that in mind as you're looking at this list as well. So audio and video editing software. You're going to record it, and then you're going to need to edit it. You'll need to edit out a little in the beginning or in the end, or where you might have messed up in the beginning, or bring in images or something like that. And there are a few different pieces of software that I use for that. I use QuickTime to record video. It's free. It's built into my Mac. It's awesome. It lets me get it done very quickly. I use iMovie. It's a really, really simple way to edit videos. Again, it's free as well. You don't need anything to get started. I also use ScreenFlow, though. It's more robust than iMovie. And if I'm working on webinars and slides and different things, I found that ScreenFlow just kicks it up a notch. It is paid. It's not free, but it's worth every penny. I use Zoom as well. I upgraded to the Zoom webinars account because I deliver online trainings and webinars. So with Zoom, I can host meetings, webinars, live trainings. I can automatically record them and then edit it and throw it up in my membership site for my course participants, or up for an opt-in offer, or even post that to YouTube or Facebook. So I love Zoom. I also use YouTube. All the public-facing videos on my site, all the videos that go on the blog and that are available publicly, get hosted at YouTube. That way I can also take advantage of their reach and audience. But I use Vimeo Pro for any of the videos that are protected behind a paywall or an opt-in offer or inside my membership courses. Vimeo Pro lets me strip out any other logos. I can skin the player to match my brand. I can lock the video down to one URL. It gives me a lot more options than YouTube, and it's just a more beautiful, cleaner player. So that's why I like Vimeo Pro in addition to YouTube. Now, I want to get into the list of the things that I use. In the blog post, you'll find all the details and links directly to these items. So you want to make sure you check that out as well. The first thing I bought were my portable acoustic panels. These are two big, giant, like 2 foot by 2 foot panels that sit on desktop stands. So I have two of them, and one goes on each side of my monitor to create a little box around me. What I didn't realize when you're talking is sound doesn't just go forward, it goes everywhere. So these acoustic panels on each side of me help deaden some of that sound and get rid of some of that echo. The next thing I needed to take care of was sound, because people aren't going to listen to you if your sound is bad. They might put up with some bad lighting, but they're not really going to put up with bad sound. So I got a Preamp Processor. This enhances the audio signal that's coming from the microphone, and it gets rid of any of the background noise that might be picked up from the microphone. So with my old mic, if somebody was walking through the house, you could hear them in the recording. But now with this Preamp Processor that filters everything out, my kids could be home, Brian could be home, the air conditioner could kick on, the heater could kick on, somebody could open the refrigerator door. None of that gets picked up in my sound recording. So it makes it a lot more clean and crisp. So the preamp was a big deal. I also had to get an audio interface. This converts the analog signal from the microphone and the preamp into a digital signal that runs right into my computer. And you can see behind me over here the rack system that it's in. So I bought the Focus Scarlett 18i20. It is way overkill for what I need, but I wanted everything to be mounted in a rack system, so it's nice and clean on my desk. Everything's the same size. It looks beautiful. All the cords are hidden. And if I want to shoot video anywhere else other than my office, all I have to do is grab that rack and pick it up and move it. I also needed to purchase an outlet, power conditioner, and surge protector. The power conditioner cleans up all the little noise that electricity adds in there, which is another thing that I had no idea actually happens. I had no idea that electricity can introduce extra noise into your audio. So a power conditioner removes that and takes care of cleaning up your audio there. So I got the Furman M8X2 Merit Series. It's got all the power outlets I need on the back and one convenient one on the front. So if I need to plug in something really quick, I don't have to dive around the back or move my rack out of the way. Again, it's way overkill for what I need, but it looks great in that system. So I also had to buy the rack cabinet that all of this stuff goes in. It's just a square box. Frankly, there aren't a lot of choices. The quality wasn't super awesome. We had to fill in some of the scratches on there with a black Sharpie when we first got it. But with all my equipment popped in there, it looks great. Along with that rack, I only had I had the power conditioner and surge protector, the preamp, and the audio interface, but the rack has 4 slots and I only needed 3. So I needed to get a rack filler panel. It's the bottom piece in my rack. At the bottom, let's see if I can point to it. At the bottom of my rack, it's just a blank piece that covers up the section that I'm not using. Along with that, I needed to get some screws because while each of these pieces came with screws to be mounted in a rack system, they were different colors and they were different screws, and I like everything nice and clean. I'm a designer. I want everything to match. So we had to buy a package of 25 black screws with little washers that protect those items, and we can screw them all in. I also bought a new webcam. I got started with the webcam built into my iMac. It was good enough, but it wasn't great quality. So I upgraded into the Logitech Brio HD webcam. This was recommended to me by Sean. It is one of the best webcams out on the market right now. It records at full HD, 4K, Ultra HD, all the way down to 720p. So whatever you need, this webcam has got it covered. And it was really easy to set up and really, really easy to use. Now I had the mic, but I needed a mic upgrade. So I upgraded from the Audio-Technica AT2020 up to the Rode Procaster microphone. This microphone is specifically designed for voice applications. It takes care of a lot of the audio right into the mic. You can see it sitting here right in front of me. So I had to get a new mic, which also cleaned up my audio, and it's got some noise canceling and ambient noise rejection built into that as well. To hold the mic, I needed a shock mount. The shock mount is what hooks the microphone to the boom arm, and it helps reduce noise from vibrations or any contact with the microphone as well. And then obviously a boom arm to hold the mic in place. That way I'm not holding it. I've got something else that can hold it for me. That way it stays in the same place the entire time I'm recording. Now, along with all this, the things that most people leave out of all their lists, so when you get your gear, you can't put anything together, are the cables. So I wanted to make sure that I include those in my list. The XLR microphone cable, we got a 10-foot cable, and this connects my mic on over. So it's a microphone cable. I also needed a preamp to audio interface cable, one that connected my preamp to the audio interface. So we had to get that cable. I also needed short little power cables that could connect all of the pieces in my rack to power to the power conditioner and the surge protector that's built in. And I didn't want long cables that I would have to roll up or zip tie and stuff in that rack system. I wanted super short little cables that were just long enough to go to one piece to another. So that back end is really nice and clean. So I had to buy a package of those little short cables. Now that took care of pretty much everything I needed for my home office. But sometimes I'm not sitting in my home office. So I bought a background kit. It's a backdrop, has a big stand. It comes with a white and a black background that's about 10 feet wide. And you can order different color backdrops. I got a gray one as well. I haven't played with it too much yet, but what it's going to allow me to do is set up a video or photo backdrop anywhere else in my house or anywhere I need to take it and automatically have a nice clean black, white, or gray background for my videos. Now, lighting is a big deal. I told you the lights in my early videos were really bad, and depending on what time of day, they would either be bright or they'd be dull or they'd be kind of yellow if I had the overhead light and my ceiling fan on, or if it was the wrong time of day and the sun was coming through my blinds just right, I'd have like light polka dots on my face. So I needed a lighting kit. I got a 3-light kit. It comes with 2 big old giant lights with soft boxes on them that light me up really, really nicely, and a 3rd light that you can set behind you to kind of illuminate the back of your head and your background as well. The lighting kit is easy to set up, it's easy to take down, it's portable so I can bring it anywhere I need to bring it. The only thing with that is the bulbs arrived broken, and I had read the reviews that they got really, really hot anyway. So we ended up going to Lowe's and purchasing some better bulbs that were about $50 a piece. I also use periodically a ring light. It's a selfie LED ring light. It's a little round circle. It clips right onto my phone and it illuminates me really beautifully. It's got 3 different settings of light intensity, but it lets me shoot videos or photos when I'm out and about and light is not very good. I also bought one of these for my daughter for Christmas, and she uses it all the time because she can get great photos of her and her friends at school events and school dances and sleepovers and things like that where the light isn't great. All they have to do is clip it onto their phone. I also use it to take pictures of my food in poorly lit restaurants. So whatever you need to do, there's a light that's going to handle that for you. Let's see. You also might want a camera shutter remote if you are starting and stopping video on your smartphone. Also, I have 2 tripods that I love. The first is a lightweight travel tripod. It folds up to about this big and it goes right in my backpack when we're out hiking or we're traveling. When I need to set it up, I simply take it out, undo the little bungee cord, and I let the legs go, and they fold right out into position, and it sets up in literally seconds. Every time I whip this baby out on the trail to get a picture of our entire family, everybody around us is looking at it and wondering where we got it, and people want to know so they can go get that one for themselves as well. It is by far one of the favorite things that I've ever purchased. I also have a smaller Joby GripTight Pro Gorilla Pod stand. It's one of the little ones that has all the bendy legs that I can wrap around tree trunks or table legs, or I can set up anywhere I need it, and it'll hook on and hold my phone in any way that I need for shooting photos or videos when we're out and about and I don't have room for a big tripod or I don't want to bring something like that. So that's pretty much it. That wraps up my list of all the audio and video equipment that I've purchased in the last few months to upgrade my video for better webinars, video trainings, and podcasting. Hope you enjoyed this list, and until next time, have a great day.